Hi fans of high quality entertainment. First of all, I would like to thank my latest member, if I can pronounce your name properly, Tom Harnius. Thank you for joining, and sue me if I pronounced your name wrong. And also, I never did mention Richard Dolan. He joined a couple of weeks ago, so thank you, Richard. And all of my members are here. Join below if you like. Lots of rare videos and original videos. Even I posted recently a 15-minute vlog with Molly and I when she was leaving to go back home again. Anyway, this is more than just talking about this one particular album. So I'll start with this. This, I feel, is a underrated album, but it came in part one, and then a few months later, not maybe half a year later, part two came with 2 more CDs. So the first part one is well loved, but I don't feel part 2 and part 3 get as much love as part 1. That's right, Joe's Garage, parts 2 and 3. So I'll be talking about them in a minute, and some other Zappa albums too that I feel are kind of underrated. But this viewer wrote to me a couple weeks ago, Eli the Mighty. I hope I pronounced your name properly. Hey Larry, you know, I've recently become a major Frank Zappa fan. After knowing of his existence for a few years, but just in the recent month or so, I really got into his music and listened to more than 10 albums of his. Anyway, I know most people consider his concept album Joe's Garage a masterpiece, but that's the only album of his that I didn't like at all. I really love One Size Fits All, Hot Rats, Overnight Sensation, Apostrophe, Burnt Weenie Sandwich, etc. But I couldn't imagine myself actually loving Joe's Garage. So I wanted to ask you if you can make a video about the album, in which you talk about the music and what makes you love it. Maybe shed some light on it, and help me know why everyone considers this album his best work. And it took me, I did respond to him a couple of times, but sometimes I need to be in the mood also to do a request like this. And today I'm in the mood. And he wrote back yesterday, hey, just reminding about the Zappa related video, because it's been like 2 weeks and it kind of seems like you forgot. I don't forget. So here we are. First of all, if you listen to an album and you don't like it, I can't talk you into liking it. It's just, I feel, if you don't like a certain album by an artist that you like or love a lot, listen, give it a chance. Listen to it a few more times. And I remember back in, I think it's 1979, when part 1 was released of Joe's Garage, just a single album. And I loved it. The only thing at first I found annoying was the narration. I just woke up. The narration. Molly laughs at all the things I mispronounce too, just like all my viewers do. The central scrutinizer was his name, and it was really annoying. And but I would never, when I listened to an album, I never skipped songs or anything, so I would be annoyed for a couple of minutes, but after a while I started to understand, sort of the storyline of it, and the annoying voice got less and less annoying, and now it's part of the whole experience of listening to Joe's Garage. But the songs, I'm not sure why, if this viewer loves Frank Zappa and the albums he mentioned, he doesn't love Joe's Garage and all of the other songs on it. Why does it hurt when I pee is another song. Catholic Girls. Even Lucille Has Messed Up My Mind. It took me, as much as I loved part one, that song took me a bit longer to really appreciate. But now I love the whole album. Now, when part 2 and 3 came out as a double album, I was disappointed. And really disappointed. But I kept listening to it, like you should do for Joe's Garage. And I grew to really love it. And in fact, I think I can't say I love it more than part 1, but I love it as much as part 1. And I think it's also hilarious. I don't always like Frank Zappa's, kind of bathroom humor. His sexual humor. But for this, sometimes he gets really silly, and I love Stick It Out and Cyborg, the kind of the story of a vacuum cleaner, and Dong Work for You to Keep It Greasy, Outside Now. Outside Now, not one of my favorites. It kind of does drag a little bit, but I take it all in as, a complete listening experience, like the whole album. So you're going to have, favorite parts and less favorite parts or less favorite songs. And then, of course, Used to Cut the Grass, Packard Goose. That's one song that really grew on me. I didn't like it at first, and it's one of my favorite Frank Zappa songs now. And of course, one of his most loved songs is the instrumental Watermelon in Eastern Hay, which, of course, has some gorgeous and awesome guitar work in it. But it took me a while to appreciate. And A Little Green Rosetta is so annoying and so stupid, but I grew to love it. Like I said, some Frank Zappa humor I don't really like, but most of it I do, and I do kind of get it. So I feel Joe's Garage Parts 2 and 3 should be appreciated as much as Volume 1. And just quickly, some other Frank Zappa albums that I don't think get enough love. And even when I bought these, I didn't like them as much as his earlier albums, and maybe I actually still don't, but I still enjoy listening to these. Ship Arriving Too Late to Save a Drowning Witch. I love it a lot more than I used to. And same with The Man from Utopia, these remastered versions that came out about 5 years ago. You Are What You Is. Possibly, I think it would be in my top 5 Frank Zappa albums. But it doesn't get as much love as Shake Your Booty and Joe's Garage and other albums of his. The Grand Wazoo, where it's mainly instrumental and jazz rock. If you love Hot Rats, in time you would also love the Grand Wazoo. Wacka Jawacka. I haven't listened to this in a while, but I know I'm going to love it more, but I just haven't had the time to go back to it again. But every time I listen to it, I do enjoy it more and more. But the first couple of listens, I just could not get into it, and now I am getting into it. And finally, these two, when the two members of the Turtles joined the Mothers of Invention, Flo and Eddie, some Zappa fans did not like their humor, did not like them being part of the band, but I think they were great, and I love the albums. Fillmore East, June 1971, and just another band from LA with the immortal Billy the Mountain. And I never knew, I think it's like 24 minutes long on this album, and that was edited because I guess the original live track was something like 40 minutes long. And on this 4-disc live set is another version of Billy the Mountain. You know, it's the same, but it's different. There's different jokes in it, because they would go city to city and make jokes that related to that particular city. And there's this one little skit that Flo and Eddie do that is just jaw-dropping amazing. It's too hard to explain. You'll just have to listen to it on Spotify or buy it for yourself. Go buy it yourself. But yeah, lots of great songs on this, live tracks. So Frank Zappa, one of my favorite guitarists and also one of my favorite artists of all time. He had overall an amazing career, and I followed him from 1975. I kind of gave up on him after The Man from Utopia, I think is the last album of his I bought. No, actually it was Thingfish. I tell you, my brain just went completely blank. I couldn't even think for a minute. That's how scary it is when you get old. Thingfish. Thingfish was the last Frank Zappa album I bought, and I did buy it again. I tried to appreciate it, and I just forget it. So yeah. So like I said, if you don't like a particular album by an artist that you like or love, keep listening to it, because you might end up really loving it. I've done that with a lot of Yes albums and Frank Zappa albums and Blue Oyster Cult albums. And so that's it. And so today is Tuesday. On Friday, I'll be waiting for my Abbey Road box set to be delivered. I might even do a live chat beforehand, so we'll see about that. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. And leave your comments below on some of your favorite and least favorite Frank Zappa albums. Bye.